So I get wheeled in, they enter here, that's the angiogram. And then the doctor, for the first time, appears. So I'm lying down, strapped in. He appears and says, you have a blockage. You have actually 3 blockages. And that's 99% blocked. And that's in the area called the widowmaker. So if that gets blocked, you can literally die. Like right now, you can die. So they have to perform the angioplasty right away. But the angioplasty ups your chances of something happening to 5%. And that 5% is you saying yes to dying. And so you choose. And you can't say 95 good, 5% bad. You're really going to say, I'll take my chances and do it. And Mavis was in San Francisco and she wanted to fly right away, but the doctor's eyes were telling me that this really isn't it's a matter of time. You have to do it right away. So we did, and I said, yes, we'll do it. And I was also really cold in that operating time. I just wanted it done. But at the same time, when you say yes to go ahead, it's really 5% yes to dying. And for the very first time in my life, that's what the cards were for me. With this experience, it has allowed me to let a lot of things go. It's not to say that I have traded and not cared. I think I care all the more now. But that sense of control, where you allow, say if it's an 80-20 rule, and you allow 20% for play, for chance, for serendipity to happen, then I think that's when it gets exciting. But you have to allow it to happen. And creativity is in each of us. And I think my role now, because I've been so vulnerable, I mean, physically on that operating table, I have allowed many things to happen. And I have allowed people to tune into that divinity, that creativity in each one of them. I still love the same things. I enjoy the same things. And I think this is the biggest gift, really, is time. I have more time for myself. And I think when you start off that way, you're able to really hear yourself and listen to your body. Whereas before, there was just too much noise, whether it's a physical noise or a mental noise. There's just so many things going on where you don't want to listen, that something's already wrong. And I think that heart issue was a good example of that. My diet has changed. I have more time to exercise now and to take care of my body. And it's not vanity. I think it's really love for yourself and taking care of, your physical body and the people that you have, the relationships and the things that you have, and to value it. You work so hard till you're 65, and then you decide to retire, and that's when the golden years happen. And you're supposed to travel, and you're supposed to have a lot of money in the bank, and it's just then you're taking cruises and stuff like that. I mean, that's maybe the pipe dream, but life is today. Life is now. Because of going digital, it was a chance for us to behave differently and to produce material that was different than the very traditional ways of communicating. So we worked with Petch worldwide to come up with that campaign, and they're pitching many ideas, like 100 ideas. They're a very creative agency. And when they pitched this bold idea, I mean, we literally smirked and we were laughing because I can't believe I just heard that pitch. Now looking at it in hindsight, if you were to give me the same amount of money to make a commercial that says, eat this, or a commercial that can change the way Philippine advertising was done by a brand as traditional as ours, then I would put my marbles on taking that risk. I've always felt that the Maxis brand, and especially with the scale that we have now and the size, we really have obviously an opportunity, but more responsibility to help build a nation and to culture build. And if I were to say that through the Maxis group, we're able to instill discipline. I think it's really a blessing to be with someone who understands you and allows you to, one, find yourself and space to grow. So it's both inward and outward. I don't feel like I'm not allowed to grow. I think with her, the space is so healthy that sometimes you want her to be beside you, and then there's sometimes when you don't want it, and to acknowledge that that's okay.